Poesía, poetry, Greek meaning, poesía. I create, yo creo, conveying love, at times some anger, lyrical yet magical methods of manifestations. I love it. A way of remembering, holding on to memory, preservation is called poetry. Predating literacy in many languages, 9 elements of poetry, alliteration, assonance, consonance, figurative language, poetry. I love the imagery. Rhyme with me, feeling the rhythm, sometimes bongos, but today cover me. I'm going in with drums and violins. I'm Dr. Poetry, I dancer while I write a stanza, choosing wisely my tone, bailando el son, escuchando la clave, deeply feeling the recentering rapidly to the movement of my pen as I express my thoughts through poem. What many refer to poetry, but was Latin really derived from the Romans? Negative, it's from the Phoenicians. Latin realmente no derivó de los romanos. After all, aren't we all hermanas y hermanos? Honors to all languages as we keep creating. We may all be speaking, but are we really communicating? I see you over there playing investigator all in my hair. Pero yo no me ha muerto para que me estén velando. Entiendo lo que estoy falando, mi filia. Fica con calma, nene. No fica así, no. No fica con rabia, no. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages that connect us all. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. But for me, it's the ability to express my thoughts in several languages. After all, the point of it all is to connect and not disconnect. Protection for the connection. Embrace my affection. In poética dieri, soy doctora poesía, soy la doctora poesial. Oh, ¿qué aconteció como lengua latina? Ella es extinta. What happened to the Latin language? Is it extinct? Is it dead? Está muerto. Que un herculano inició de latín. ¿El donde veo? De donde vino? Phoenician derived, said the Romanos. So they added CIC to create a romantic language of French, Romanian, Spanish, and Portuguese. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency to embrace all dialects, accents that beautifully remind us of our diversified ancestry. Poesía sounds like a lot, right? I love it. Speaking Latin, Portuguese, and Spanish, but where did it come from? Phoenician. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages. Ninguém está falando mentira, meu filho. Fica com calma, neném. Da mão não fica assim, não. There's always truth in the lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. Frequency. Ninguém me está aborgando você por falar diferente. A linguagem que nos conecta a todos. Yo amo poesía con toda mi alma. Poesía. Feel free to hate on me. I'm Dr. Poetry, and I love poetry.
Hey. Hey.
We're back again. Hit Me Out Poetry, and we're back with our very first episode, y'all. Very first episode of Hear Me Out Poetry presents Open Mic Live. And this is that poetry. I'm here with the lovely Dr. Poetry.
Hey, everyone. I am good. I'm excited. Finally, we got some live poetry.
Guess what? We got a very special guest, first guest on the first episode of Open Mic Live. Our first guest coming in today is Mr. Khaotic Tha Poet.
That's right. I'm excited.
Great poetry in store. We got some great, great art to share, great conversations coming up. And I'm excited. I'm also excited. Man, we're on a roll.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I'm not gonna wait any longer because he's gonna take the elevator right up here, y'all. So y'all just hold on to your panties and your trousers because here we go. Hey, welcome. Khaotic Tha Poet. Let's go.
Sir. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just, in the world of the living, doing the things that the living people do.
Ain't that right? Well, it's a pleasure to have you all here. It's a pleasure to have you on here. We're excited. I know you've been doing your thing across platforms. You've been busy creating, writing, and sharing poetry. That's the main reason why, you the very first guest also here on Open Mic Live. Ain't no better way to start it off with my man right here, Mr. Khaotic Tha Poet. What y'all don't even know. Y'all watching, y'all don't even know what y'all in for.
Listen,
And I hope this motivates y'all. I hope it inspires y'all because at the end of the day, this gentleman right here inspired us. He inspires me, and it's a beautiful thing when creators could come together and really uh, showcase, each other's strengths, weaknesses, and really appreciate each other's work. So big shout out to you, Mr. Chaotic.
absolutely. Mr. Chaotic, just want to know, I want everyone out there to know that when I heard Chaotic, I felt that his raw expression, because it's raw kind of, but it's also a soul revelation. You know what I mean? It kicks off with a lot of power and purpose. So I'm excited to have you as our first featured guest. Shout out to Mr.
That's
Chaotic,
right.
Chaotic the Poet. I love that. All right,
Yeah,
so let us
it's the
know.
name that I've I've grown to identify with over the years. It actually started
Yeah, how'd that
off
come about?
it started off as my producer name actually.
Oh,
I had been making beats for like a while, and I was trying to come up with a name, and I was like, well, I wanted something that kind of still linked to my actual real name. So ironically, chaotic, the way that I spell it, is my initials, KH, so Christian Hester. So it kind of blended in, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go with it. And then
mm-hmm.
after a while, once I got back into writing and I kind of linked to the way that I write is kind of chaotic in a way. It's not of the normal that people typically hear.
Okay,
Or so combining that, I was just like, all right, man, I'll own that, and that's who I've been ever since.
I love it. I love it. You
That's
know,
poetic right there. Right
it's
there.
I
That
was
whole
about to say
breakdown.
that. I was
That's
about to
poetic
say
right
that.
there, brother.
I was about to say that. A
Yep.
quick, I know you have. So for those of you who are tuning in, this is Hear Me Out Poetry, open mic live. Okay. Oh, and you guys already know if you want, you reach us all the time. So it's www.hearmeoutpoetry.com. If you want to give us a call, 787-401-9967. You can give us a call. And also email us if you feel like you want to send us something and you want to, because there's a lot of shy poets out there. I know, guilty. I was that way. Right? We were all that way. Guilty,
Me
guilty,
too. Yeah,
guilty.
yeah.
But we love y'all. We appreciate all the love and support. We see you watching. I've been watching them numbers. You like the movies. Don't forget, right, Def? We have that whole new poetic cinema.
Oh my goodness. Please check
Taking,
it out, y'all. New poetic
yeah,
cinema.
Yeah,
Uh,
it looks dope. That looks
yeah, it's on
dope.
Saturday, 7 p.m. Last Saturday we aired the movie about Miguel Piñero. It's called Piñero. Coast. I think the what was his name? Brad Bratt. That's his name, right? The actor Brad Bratt.
yeah.
He was the one that was playing the role of Miguel Piñero, the New Yorican poet from New York, one of the founders of New Yorican Poets Cafe out in New
Mm.
York. So that was a movie. So we played that last week. This Saturday, we will be airing the movie, the documentary, Poetry in Motion, excuse me, Poetry in Motion from 1984.
Poetry in motion. That's what it was. Yep. Yep.
Poetry in Motion,
And
and
it's
that's
a
in the
must
air
watch,
tonight.
y'all. It's
Yeah,
a must watch.
I'm sure every poet can identify themselves in those poets. You're gonna see Baraka, Amir Baraka is on there. Okay, shout out to Newark. He's the father of the mayor of Newark. A lot of people don't know that, um, but I think he
Hmm.
was also called Leroy Jones or something like that. His name, and he's very important. I'm sure Mr. Chaotic, your mom knows who he is.
Mhm.
Love that poet. I don't want to say too much about what's going on in that in that documentary. They are sharing their experiences as poets. Not to shock. Ooh, I kind of want not mispronounce her name because I actually was in one of those plays that
Mhm.
she wrote for
Oh,
colored girls who committed suicide when the rainbow was enough. Yes, Natasaki Shange. She's in there as well.
mm.
That will air today
Yes.
at the Hear Me Out Poetry, Dr. Poetry channel on the Alliance Network. Make sure you reach out to all those different movies, look at them, see them, watch them, and enjoy them. All right. let's get back to Mr. Chaotic. I call him Mr.
That's right.
Chaotic, yeah, but he's Chaotic the Poet. But I always tend to put Mr. in front of everybody or Miss. Chaotic the Poet. Talk to us. You ready? You ready for the open mic? You're the first featured guest.
Yeah, I got a whole lot. I got
Let's
a whole lot.
go.
I know you do. All right, so I'm gonna give you your space, and then when you're done reciting and we're done snapping it out, you're gonna give us some feedback, and we're gonna give you some feedback,
Yep.
and we want to
We're
hear about
gonna.
it.
Yep. We're
All
gonna.
right,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna mute
We're
up.
gonna mute up and give you the stage.
So this piece is called Saving Grace. It was actually a piece that I was commissioned to do by a friend of mine who wanted something impactful to identify what she was going through with her and her daughter's struggles. So I'm actually just let the piece speak for itself. So I just want you to know as I pen this, my love is unconditional. My love is eternal. My love is tough. My love is a mother's love, but I feel my chest tighten as the thoughts of you poisoning your being flood my mind, praying that today isn't the day that I finally lose you. I preached, I've yelled, I begged for you to see that this ain't what you need as I observe your shady moments with that intense maternal energy. Not caring about the verbal bouts or the other transgressions you committed, leading you to that next fix. I just know, I need you to know your home is always with me, the true cure for this misery. I don't want our memories to be tainted by a needle, pill, or pipe. I don't want you to feed your vices just to keep the peace. I just want you to let me love you like a mother unconditionally and save you from this opiated purgatory while we do our best to repair your foundation, just so I can make sure that you are stable. Look into my eyes and feel the pain created by this choice. Look into my heart and know that I will always be here. Know that I will never leave you. But I can't take this. I need you to change. I need you here with me. Please let me have my daughter back, as I always love you unconditionally. So it was really one of those pieces that I struggle with writing
Oh my.
because I wanted to make sure I conveyed it the proper way and that I really spoke to the message. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that one took a lot for
That
sure.
was so heartfelt. All I could tell you is that when you just that last line when you said I want my daughter back, a lot of people think that when they hear and the way your delivery, that is one of the things that brought me in as well. Your delivery, the words, like you expressed it in a way that was clear to identify immediately for a woman who's in that position and a man that's in that position. Um,
Uh,
when you said, wait, there was something because I tend to write things down real quick before I forget. Shout out to fibromyalgia. Um, one of the things, wait, you said, You mentioned the word. You gave a description. It was like purgatory.
Yes. Opiated
Because
purgatory. Yeah.
right, and a lot of people don't get that, and a lot of people get that because it's like that middle in limbo, right?
Hmm.
What are we waiting for? We waiting to decide: are we going? Are we coming? Where are we going? Where are we heading? It's like the lobby.
It's the secret double as well, because
Mhm.
if you think about
That was
it,
beautiful.
opiate dependency occurs after, I believe, about 5 days.
That's what they say.
So in that time, you're in this state to where
Limbo.
you either succumb to it,
Yeah.
or you can still rein in and take control. So it was
Hmm. That was great. And
it
then you
was
said repair foundation. I'm sorry, I know what you said. I know
no,
you know what you said, but I'm all excited because when I love that you offer a solution. You mentioned that. You was like, your intent with it all to repair foundation. Yeah. When you said that,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was it's so
For me,
snaps out to you for real, for real, for real. I make
it's
sure. Oh my God, that was something.
when I gave it to her, I was just like, I really hope, like, I really hope that you really let us peace, because you asked me, you didn't have to ask me, you didn't have to tell me what was going on and give me all of that, but
Mhm.
you trusted me with that. So I had to do it the justice. And I thought about what I had seen friends go through, and
Right.
it just took
But
me into
it's
mode.
believable though. Chaotic. Are you a father?
Yes.
You are a
Yeah.
father. So you
I have
definitely could put yourself in those shoes. You are a father. But it
I
wasn't
did.
your situation, yet it felt like it was. That's how real you convey that and the way you wrote it. Amazing.
Man, I.
Amazing.
Whoa, we go there sometimes.
I know you do. I know we do, but you know what? Chaotic. That's why Def and I were like, whoa, let's see what Def gotta say. Def, what you gotta say about this poem right here?
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm
Powerful.
saying. Like it's accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Taking
it's it's
accountability.
it's for me. It hit home. And especially as a father, having a daughter. And just being able to walk with you on that.
Yeah.
You know, snaps out. Shout
Mhm.
out to you for
Snaps out
releasing
for
that.
that.
For releasing that. I'm man. I gotta give you your flowers. I gotta give you your flowers, Bob, because that's I admire that. And it shows strength. It shows uh, it, it shows your character.
Hmm.
You know, and I love it.
He used,
You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm remembering another word that you use. I'm big on the words that we use. They seem simple to many, but when we use them, there's a reason why. No, tainted.
yeah,
Yes.
Oh, tainted. The children. We always tend. Most of my poetry is about being tainted because if you think about it, why am I writing? Because I was tainted.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
not broken, but I was tainted. I
Yeah.
was tested and I was tainted. And
yeah.
we, not just I, we, each and every one of us, whether it was tainted by a little mouse that crossed the street or a human, a life
Hmm.
experience. And so
Uh-huh.
when I hear you and I just heard you recite that, express that in the way that you did, because you have a calming manner to yourself. And I love that too.
Yeah,
Def and I were talking about that. Very, very, very. Def is also laid back too,
yeah,
but
yeah. But
I've
yeah, I
seen
mean,
Def.
your facial expressions and everything. Like I felt it because of how you presented it too.
That's it. That's
I,
it.
you, you read it. You recited it with your facial expressions as well. Like
if I were to tell you, I don't even notice it.
hey,
It's
it's natural.
wild.
It's
I
natural
ain't
though.
noticed, and I'll hear that. I'm like, really? I'm just in the, the frame of mind, and I'm just like, okay. And then I just start reciting it, and it comes out in itself.
Okay.
This next one has that same energy to it, right? But this is actually one that I initially thought was a throwaway because
Oh,
I was just
Ain't no such
I
thing.
I I would I know I
what?
know,
That's
but
taboo.
it was, I don't know, man. It was, I was in a different frame of mind. I'm a
You
still,
threw it out the window and it flew back in.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you said
Emily Dickinson says, hope is nothing but a feather. Hope is like a feather.
yeah,
It's a
man,
feather. It flew right back in.
yeah,
so
right.
it's oh, wait, hold on. Cause man, I be writing, folks. I really do write. Give me a second. Like
No, we're
just
gonna
it's
get right back.
like so many.
This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Everyone, you know how we do the poetry stuff. So while Mr. Chaotic the Poet is getting his next one ready, we're gonna go into one of our tracks from So Poetic. And this is definitely um, number one on the track. It's the first one. So while Chaotic, you get that loaded, we're going into video and we're coming right back with you. Sounds good? All right,
Yeah.
y'all. Let's go.
She gon' be my love, now until forever. Yeah, she gon' be my love, now until forever.
I think I put my effort into loving too hard. I revealed too much to find out you couldn't love all my scars. Too many niggas got your love from afar, and the cycle would only break if I was truly the one from the start. Shame on me, it's okay, put the blame on me, while everybody put their aim on me. Let my guard down, now I'm in the back of this mental cell. I'ma throw away the key and put the chains on me. Ice cold, cause I thought this was it. Now it's just another lifetime that used to exist. And when you see me, I don't live in regret, but I went from something so familiar to a love I'm forced to forget. Another love story, it just ended abrupt, and as much as it hurts, I see you sweep it under the rug.
It's not even about revealing too much, cause I thought we built our walls from honest breath.
She gon' be my love,
Cause each word is a stone, each promise I know I kept. Doubt crept when your fears were fed, so my silence slept.
gon' be my love.
And I couldn't even level your scars. Did you level my scars? Too many poems, love songs. I thought it was you I was loving on. And I'm clueless about them others you speak of, talking about loving me from afar. If you hadn't had to set this off with your insecure cycle, that maybe I wouldn't have to recite this rebuttal in this part.
I'm thinking, what's it gonna be? What we gonna do now? I'm a fighter, wasn't built just for a few rounds. Hit my lowest while I'm battered and bruised. I stood back up and watched you throw in the towel. Listen.
Wow, really?
The other day I had a premonition, had years of held aggression, mistaken for my intentions. So many times I fucked up that taught me valuable lessons. I opened up and fell in love, my thoughts became a weapon. That sabotage, I'm fixated on avatars who say they love you while I'm staring through their camouflage. It's hard to trust, now even harder to confide. I thought you would understand when I showed you my battle scars.
Give me peace, not possession. Give me love, not obsession. Cause if my hands shake, it's not from fear, it's from the anger within me. Don't get close, I need you to be clear. Emotional balance, I slow down to keep at your pace. But the cockroaches in your head are wrecking my soul. Unnegotiable, cause that's my sacred space. And insecurity speaks in riddles, and that's low, assuming I can't be trusted. I would never know why you turned a glance into a lie, calling me unfaithful. And now you question why, if I threw in the towel, I wash my hands like Pontius Pilate cause I couldn't even breathe, and I'm not a fucking referee. And when your worth feels undefined, you're the one that seeks control, seeking answers that only you have in your mind. I'm asking for peace, not possession. I want love, not obsession. And if your doubts speak too loud, let them air out.
Okay.
Told
Let them
me.
air out. Let them air out. You want to wash your hands like Pontius Pilate. You saw him.
Yeah.
You saw him washing his hands. Shout out to you, Dad. Shout out to you
Good
for
one
Shout out
that.
right
to you,
there.
Shout out to
All
you.
Good.
right. We're not going to speak too much about that, but we always ask our guests and everybody that goes around the room
Yeah.
one word. One word.
Dope.
That poem. Oh, he said
That
dope.
was
Okay, well, shout out to that. Dope. Thank you. We
Let's go.
appreciate that. Now let's get back to chaotic. Let's get back to
What you
chaotic.
got? What you got,
What you
Chaotic?
got for us? Let's go. You're
so
so dope yourself, though. Shout out to you for
Yes.
real, for real.
appreciate
I'm excited you're here. All right.
it. This one, the um is called Open Letter to My Future. It is man, it was one of these introspective pieces where I kind of just went there with how my version of the Dear John letter, if that makes sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
the just really letting you know, and you'll hear it because it's a nice little flip in here. It's,
Okay.
Now,
it's
when you
really
say to my future, you saying to my future self, or
um open letter to my future half, my partner, my love, my flame, that whoever that person is, whatever that
Okay.
yeah,
soul, that being, that's that open letter.
I like that.
Mm.
I like that. All right, so we're gonna bring you up, and we're gonna kick it off now. Mind you, by the way, viewers, Chaotic the Poet. You can find him on TikTok. Uh,
That's right.
find him on
Man, I
TikTok.
almost forgot.
Make sure y'all follow him. Make sure y'all give him a follow, give him a
Oh
like,
my
share, and give him some support, y'all. Give him some support for this
Absolutely.
dope,
Absolutely.
super
And
talented poet right here.
is there anyone in
algorithm.
particular? Yes, in TikTok, is there anyone particular? Because I know you have followers. You have anyone, all your followers? Any
Really,
love, any support?
I do want to shout out my whole follower base from the hundreds to the thousands that I'm just at right now. It's organic. I appreciate each and every one of you for commenting, for giving me feedback, criticism, endless support. It keeps me going. It keeps me pushing out my art for you all. So
That's
I
beautiful.
appreciate it in this one.
Yes. Shout out to
Absolutely.
y'all.
All right. So whenever you're ready, we got you. What? What am I doing? You don't got me. What am I doing? Psych. All right. We got you. We got you. This is chaotic.
What if what if I told you I was truly feeling you? Maybe wanting you too much, like a fiend without the guidance of that rock, that thing that creates grandiose dreams, even if for a moment all I wanted to do was capture your being, that infinite feeling. I took my pen out, switched up from the graphite number 2 to be exact. I felt like it would be better off if I didn't erase the raw mistakes, only because the genuine nature of it all was simply to impress you. So I dug deeper and deeper into my bag, seeking to write my story in your soulful loosely, solely expressing novels chronicling our audacious endeavors, entertaining the entanglement, the euphoria of the now. You, me, we. I express this at the altar now, Now bowing to the love that I have for you, both boundless and endless. Only knowing the true key to your chromatic symphony, ready to jump the broom and zoom into the sunset with the successful mindset that all in all, no matter what happens, this will be a success. I just want you to be the source of my joy, the completion of a puzzle once thought never to be completed again. The reason I look forward to a fast day, I just want you to be you. But maybe I'm not deserving of such a beautiful soul. Rather, I'm destined to take this uncharted path alone, searching and searching for my inner truth while pushing away the one divine thing that'll keep me from going astray. But then I sat at my desk, realizing that the emotions I had penned had truly come off the page now and manifested themselves in such a way that I could now see you in the room before me. I'm jarred by your presence, but my heart lets me know that it now beats again because I had the nerve to take the time to put this on the refrigerator before I left out the front door. Man, I tell you that one there. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Can we get some snap, 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 pop,
mm-hmm.
snaps? Oh my goodness. Oh, I see you at the altar. I see him at the altar saying, "Those sounds like vows to me. Those are
Right.
vows.
Yeah, that's deep.
Those are vows."
You
You keep those
said,
in your pocket.
yeah, yo, you said jump the broom and zoom into the sunset. You know,
Man.
And
everything you saying, everything you were saying was powerful right there. And even for one moment, you know, uh, doubting it and second guessing yourself and doubting the fact that if it wasn't for you, but then really coming to full to it, full fruition, and really realizing that you know that that soul is your perfect fit.
Hmm.
In other words, I like how you put that together.
Yeah.
I caught some pieces. Um, I noticed how you said you wanting to catch that infinite being. You
Mhm.
know, for a moment, you said for a moment wanting to catch that infinite being, and that's how you started it. So it went from something you wanted, something you didn't know if you wanted, or if it was temporary, to realizing the worth of it all. And I think that's beautiful, man.
That is. That
Yeah.
is. What from the beginning when he says that he said it's like the fiend without
Yeah,
guidance.
Uh,
like a fiend without the
It's
guidance of
like a
God.
fiend without the guidance. You know, that is deep right there. Because if anybody who knows anyone who's been through it, right? Who we use the word fiend for another word, right? For a person who's struggling with um, substance abuse, and they need to get it, they go get help. Sometimes they don't, but most of the time, we encourage to get help. That's the guidance. He said it felt like that, man. You know,
uh-huh.
come on.
That
I'm
penultimate
listening. I'm
chord,
sitting here, but I'm listening.
it's that upper echelon longing, and
Mm,
it's so powerful that shit. I don't think that guidance would prevent that.
Mm.
Like at that point, I'm so far gone in into the thought of this, and then going on and saying the guidance of that rock, that thing in which creates grandiose dreams, just still akin to how much of a drug it is to be with you.
It's an addiction.
Yeah,
It's almost an addiction.
yeah.
It's an addiction. And then you said entertaining the entanglement. So I'm like, oh, there's an entanglement. The plot thickens. I was in there like,
Because when you're taking that journey and walking with someone, there are two energies doing this. It's a convergence. You know what I'm saying? So you're always even in friendships, even in situationships, whatever it may be, you're exchanging energy at some point. So you're always entangling, right? It's about, do you know how to get unstuck? You know how to untangle that and get right back and get straightened out. And this is an ode to not wanting to do that. I don't want to be okay in this situation. I want to be lost like that.
You want the euphoria, like you said.
Every single word, every time I look at you, every time I touch your hand, it's feeding the addiction. When I'm not near you, the withdrawal is so severe that I now have to pen a letter as if I'm going to lose you and I have to walk away from you.
Man, I feel
It's so potent.
wow.
Because that's why the last verse, and it said that like, and
We
that's
need
why I
some
left it on
drinks.
the refrigerator door on my way out the door. So it's like,
Bartender, give me a martini over here. I need a
Wait,
martini. Because chaotic is
like
woo-wee.
it's too much. I gotta go. It's too much.
I love it. I
that's
love it, man. I love it. All jokes aside, I'm getting a little I don't know if that's me. You guys can hear me clearly?
yeah.
Okay, good.
yeah.
Man, no, seriously, when I say that with all love. Like I need a drink over here because we're getting deep and I love that. Anybody knows when we get into poetry and we are all resonating with what you're saying, we've got a winner.
Man, I got
Everybody,
uh,
everybody viewing, all the viewers, that was Chaotic's poem, and it was called "Open Letter to My Future." I hope y'all enjoyed that. It's that was very powerful. I really appreciate you sharing that. And man, you got a catalog. You got a catalog, sir. I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm excited. Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
looking
whoa. We
for
only on the second one, y'all. We only on the second one, y'all.
I'm looking
I'm already
for
sweating. You know what I mean? So,
where
good stuff.
is oh,
Man.
So
there's one that I sent to Dr. Poetry. She might
You sent me
pick it
one?
up. Yeah, it was alphabetic expression. It was on TikTok.
Oh, I didn't.
I'm looking for it. Where is it? Man, godly. I tell you,
Well, you
when,
know
when
what we do? Well, you go ahead. You know
wait,
when
no,
you
I got it. I got it.
you
I got
got
it.
it? Perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect. That's
Uh,
perfect. I didn't even
oh,
know. Okay. All right.
so this piece is called Alphabetic Expression. This was a challenge from a friend of mine years ago. It was like, hey, why don't you do the whole alphabet? I said, the whole alphabet.
Yes. Yes. This one is
How would I do that? So knowing me, I was just like, well, challenge accepted. I'm gonna run the whole alphabet. So I want to see if y'all on here and the whole audience out there, those of y'all can catch what I'm doing. It's there.
we got to
y'all
test
heard him.
y'all.
Y'all
Pay
heard him.
attention. Y'all better pay attention. If you're getting your snack, come back to the TV because you're gonna miss this. All right. The floor is yours. The floor is yours, Mr. Chaotic. Shout out to Mr. Chaotic, y'all. Chaotic the poet.
Sometimes you just have to go to the greatest extent just to get a point across or drive a point home. So, with that being said, I never thought that I would be in this situation or this deep state of infatuation, but I'm influenced by your command of the celestial energy that surrounds you. So, let me give you this brief A to Z summary of all this so you can truly feel me. So let's start with A. The word amazing comes to mind. The way you handle the world and its infinite obstacles while maintaining self is purely astonishing. But B for me is more of a delight as your beauty, both inside and out, still reigns as the true centerpiece. Yet I can see how this next word may speak from deep within as your conscience denotes your purity, and that voice within you is both loud and boisterous while silently connecting the links, fully embracing the entities of equity and unity. I'm determined to reshape the energies that encapsulate this room, finessing the divine while molding our next vibration like the softest of clay, graciously embracing the current flow, holding you close and not letting go, igniting a flame that once was cold with the friction of our two souls finally exposed in joyful kindred spirits fully drawn in and loving the moment. I seek to meld with you and nullify the negatives that continue to oppress my mind, pushing me away and making me question if I'm truly deserving of being one with you. Being allowed to receive what you hardly give, working to mend this beautiful soul, a tapestry of life lessons, uncertain resolutions stitched with a divine fabric, enhancing your vibrance. My will to live for you is just as intense as this alphabetic expression that I shed a tear as I bear witness to you, this stunning xeric flower, surviving in this wilderness, yearning to be heard, yet in this zany place, has me ready to go in reverse. I wonder if y'all caught that one. I don't know if y'all caught that. Mm, mm, yeah.
Wow.
Man,
What
oh
in
man,
the
man, oh man,
shush?
oh man. Oh, alphabetic expression, y'all. Alphabetic expression. For one, chaotic. You gonna have to send me that, man, cause I definitely wanna read that.
Email
Um,
it. Email it
yeah,
to me
email it
too.
for
I
sure.
got
Dog, uh, that was creative. It was unique. I think the last person I seen do alphabetical anything was irrelevant to poetry, but I think it was probably like Papoose. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
you. Where,
That's where he's
yeah.
at. That's where he's at.
Yeah. But what you
I,
did right
I,
there, was it was it was very classy, and it was man, uh, I love your word choices, and I love how you put that together. It was flawless. That joint was flawless right there. You definitely got to send that our way, man.
and
Um,
it was hard. I want y'all to know. Look at me. Hard. Okay.
Okay.
yeah,
Tell us about that.
Yeah, no, like the whole process of it, I went through first trying not to be cheesy with it because
yeah.
it's just like, yeesh, you're doing the alphabet. Okay, this is gonna be some bullshit. So excuse my language. But um I started off thinking like, okay, I want this to connect. It has to have a narrative for it to fit for me to be able to write it, it's got to have a narrative. So I gave it that perspective of how I'm trying to let someone know that I'm so infatuated into them that I feel like that every single word of the alphabet I could use to express it.
Mm.
So once I took on that energy, I just I went with it, and I started writing, and then I was like, well, okay, well, you got to see it, you got to hear it. So I went over the cadence of it, and again,
Cadence is
very
all.
easy to be cheesy with the cadence, and I could have, oh man, it was many different ways, but I wanted to make sure that every time I inflected, still connected with the previous statement, the previous word, if you heard it.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Even when it was fast connections in between, it's still boom, boom. Oh,
There was balance.
oh,
There was balance
Now
for
yeah,
you
sure.
transition everything. Everything was relevant through the transitions, and
Hmm.
you said it was difficult, and I believe that it was challenging. I do believe you when you say it was difficult, but I believe more it was challenging. But you did it effortlessly, and
Right.
I'm not surprised at the way it came out. It was difficult in a sense, and I can't speak for you, but I'm gonna speak in the way that I see it. It was
yeah,
difficult because that was something that you didn't just you wasn't okay, and you didn't settle for just writing irrelevant words or irrelevant, anything that didn't tie together,
yeah,
so you put it together, you made it flow, the cadence was on point, but at the same time, everything followed up or behind, after everything you said,
yeah,
so I mean, the transition, it was right on point, and it stayed relevant. You didn't go off topic, so I mean, it's like running a few miles, you before you run it, it might seem difficult, but after you ran it, you like, damn, I could do this again. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I,
So
I, I tell you, getting the letter X though, yeesh. Yeesh.
you stand on that
Uh,
though.
now look, that stumped
So
me for a
chaotic.
couple of
It was
days,
so
man. Like,
chaotic.
hey, I'll let you know that would make me feel a little oof. I was like, I got nothing here. Like, X-Men, like, nope. X-Ray, nope. That's cheesy.
Right,
That's
right.
Xylo, nope. That nope. Like, yeah. And then I'm just going through, and I'm like, what's that? Zero? Huh. So,
It,
like,
it was right
now I
on
read
point.
the definition again. For those of y'all probably watching this on YouTube, like you just put that in there, and then no, I did because I noticed the word that I put after it.
Yeah.
When y'all go look that word up, and then y'all, it's gonna make sense.
For the
But
viewers, what word was? Can you repeat that one more time for everybody?
Xeric, Xeric,
There,
I like
the
the
y'all.
the
There.
whole.
X it is has um a Z sound. It's weird. Ladies and gentlemen, the alphabet.
Hey,
That
that's right.
I felt
And
like it was a poetic Scrabble. Like he really understood. Like we couldn't challenge you. We cannot challenge your words because you knew exactly how you were using them. You knew what you were talking about. Nobody
yeah,
could come and say, that's a word salad." No. When I say Scrabble, meaning you gotta know that it has to be a word. You didn't create it,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the
that was it.
definition.
Like that would nullify the whole flow of the piece if this one word, this one word was the real one. And all my Scrabble heads is like, hey, bro, mm-mm, you're
right.
not getting no, 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 no. We dictionary checking that don't exist.
Right.
So when I found that, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Nobody can stop me. This is it. All right, cool. And then when I read it back, when I tell you,
Right.
I read it back, and I was just like, what? Okay.
Super dope. Super dope. Super dope. Chaotic, man.
That's
Thank
out
you
to
for
that.
sharing that. That's up to that.
I'm a
Yeah.
use this. I'm like, hey, would you like?
Nah,
Yeah.
that
What
was
we gonna?
But it was
Gonna
good, man. I love that one. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was super dope. Thank you, Chaotic, man. That's my favorite one so far. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Now,
yeah.
what we gonna do, y'all? Everybody watching, we're gonna take a quick little break. We're gonna share a video right before we get back into Chaotic's next piece. So right now we're gonna be showing another track, another visual off the So Poetic album. It's a 33 track collaboration album, y'all, from Hear Me Out Poetry. Please check it out. It's on all platforms. It's on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you name it. It's out there. Whatever you got, go check it out and just enjoy this video. This next video coming up is Sundress by
Oh,
Dr. Poetry and Miss Cheesecake.
shout out to
Please
Miss
enjoy.
Cheesecake, yeah.
Cheesecake. Make sure you give her a call. Okay. You have your passport. Even though you don't need it, but just in case. You got your summer dress? Alright, let's go. Una mujer vestida de amarillo, bailando en la playa, sintiéndome en el brillo. Borinquen me llama y el sol brilla fuerte. Mojitos, margaritas, todo lo que se siente. Soy la linda señorita, flores en el cabello, sacudiendo malas vibras, dejando el desvelo. Dejo atrás el trabajo, un descanso merecido de este paraíso. Mi espíritu renacido, bailo el ritmo del mar. Mis caderas se mueven, la poesía es en mi alma, en mi alma. Mis penas se disuelven, el viento acaricia, el sol me abraza. Y cada paso que doy, esa energía se desplaza. Because I'm the pretty señorita with flowers on my head.
Hey, Dr. Poetry. I'm packed and ready to go, delighted for the sun to kiss me with its continuous overflow. I'm on my way to Puerto Rico, better yet the island of Borinquen. Margaritas, beautiful beaches, sunlight, watching the beautiful sunset, wind blowing in between my thighs, this beautiful summer sundress, digging my toes in the sand, dancing, having the most fun, completely free. I'm on my way, girlie, to see the beautiful palm trees and listening to the sound of the coquilles. Oh, I can't wait to feel the breeze against my skin, dancing freely with no regrets in this beautiful summer sundress. I'm Miss Cheesecake, and I'm with Dr. Poetry. Wow.
Vestido amarillo, bailando en la playa, sintiéndome en el brillo. Borinquen me llama, el sol brilla fuerte, mojitos y margaritas. Todo lo que se siente, se siente.
Hey, todo lo que se siente, se siente. Shout out to Miss Cheesecake. We gotta go to Puerto Rico with that one, Chaotic. You gotta come hang out with that poetry and Dr. Poetry out here. Vestido en la
I
playa.
get out there immediately. This mission is just but no.
And with Miss Cheesecake. Shout out to Miss Cheesecake. All right. And make sure y'all follow Miss Cheesecake.
Yes.
Miss Cheesecake got
Yeah.
some new releases out there, all that jazz. She has intellectual, I think it's something intellectual. Mr. Intellectual Lovemaking or something sweet like that. She has, right? I hate to, but
Yes.
Miss Cheesecake is doing,
Intellectual love.
yeah. Go make sure y'all follow these poets. Don't make me come
Follow
after y'all.
me.
Follow me.
Ah.
All right. So are we ready for the next piece? The next
Yeah.
verse, the next read, the next expression. Where we at?
Feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna do one of my untitled pieces. Where is
Everyone tuning in, y'all. This is Hear Me Out Poetry's first live open mic live. And I say open mic live. We've always had open mic, right? But we never really had someone. We had the girls recite it before live. They did. They sure did. But we never had too many folks to come from the outside to recite live
Exclusively.
exclusively. So we all recited live on Hear Me Out Poetry, absolutely. But we wanted to do something different. We want to make sure now that it's summertime, we really want to give the attention to all you poets out there. And if you are still shy, you can come through and you don't have to show your face. We have audio. Hello, we have audio. You can come through. And if you're out there on TikTok, Instagram, and you would like to, I don't know, hit the mic for the first time and you don't want to go to a person's house or building or cafe, a club, come through here. Maybe you get the practice out here first and
That's
then you
right.
go out there. All right? Here we go, y'all. Mr. Chaotic, are we ready?
Yep.
What's your
Okay.
next piece called? Okay, Mr. K.
Uh, so uh this is one of my untitled pieces. I have a thing where if I'm just writing something and the inspiration hits and it doesn't have a title, I just call it untitled. And
Okay.
it's gone to an insane number. So this one is Untitled 29.
Oh, let's
Okay.
go.
Um,
Number 29.
and possibly a part of a series. I might have to. But yeah, this one is called Untitled 29, and kind of interested to see what everybody's feedback is on this one here.
Absolutely.
We're ready. Here we go.
I woke up on this day feeling vexed and perplexed, overwhelmed and overthinking things just ain't what they used to be. Trying to lead myself away from the destructive thoughts that plague this anxious mind and refocus on this thing that we're trying to rebuild while not realizing the foundation is cracked, literally caving from within. I pray for clarity and resolution and just the moment for you to be truthful with me. Lay out the faults in the blueprint, or at least give me the opportunity to redraft these complicated schematics so that we can rebuild the right way. But I see the steps I skipped previously might have been detrimental to you and me. Now I sit here in this complex emotional state, wondering if I'm a fool or simply a tool that assisted with the metamorphosis of a starving being. Yet I choose to believe that both truths are true. Still, this heart aches, craves that one last time just so I could feel the beat again. But I know the journey ahead is much more important. To let this go is like losing a crucial organ, something I can't live without, but I have to find a way to adapt to not having you a part of me. This emptiness will subside in time and I'll learn to unwind these palpable feelings affecting me and dig down deep to turn the switch off and move forward minus the thoughts of you and me. But I dare say that I might have done an injustice for trying to unwind this cassette tape of memories. But I figured this mixtape would last just a little bit longer, so I took my pencil in and rewound it back, thinking if I replayed the tape, it would lose the unfortunate fate of being unwound again. Now you look at me and say you're a fool for rewinding a tape that makes no sense. But I have to say at the end of the day, I'd rather be an unwound tape that was listened all the way through than to only be explored one sided. Thank
Ooh, snaps out to that right there.
Man,
Whoa.
yo, what you said at the end, Chaotic, you say I'd rather be a tape that was spun all the way through,
Yeah,
listened
I'd
all the way
rather
through
be.
rather than being left on one side, being
Mm,
left played once or played once or not played on one side.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
And you
Yeah,
said, man, that's dope. You said to let this go is like losing a
crucial.
organ, a
Yeah.
crucial organ, and basically something you can't live without.
Mm-hmm. It's lethal.
Um, being being in that wave of emotion, um, you know, reliving but relearning and learning as you explore. You know, every time you go back into it.
Yeah,
Um, that's deep. That's deep.
that's profound, man. I
Yeah,
mean, snaps out to you.
yeah. Big snaps. Big snaps.
Big
Yeah, that
snaps.
that cassette tape verse was like, and when I read it back, I was like, man, damn, that's deep. I was like, oh, I wasn't intending to go that deep, but then when I thought about the reference of it, but I mean that's what I would think it would feel like if you really put all of yourself into something that once it's all said and done, I mean, the tape is unwound. You know, you ran the favorite so much that you really that's it. So I'd rather known that you played me at full value than to
Mm.
only know that you only explored either my A side or my B side, but you
And
never
this,
saw both sides.
I mean, and sometimes we do have to rewind, right? In
Mhm,
order for us to go forward, we sometimes have to rewind so we could understand what was going on in the past, so we can really be present and then move forward.
mhm,
And no pun intended. Like we definitely have to go sometimes. Like they always say, if you don't know where I've been, you're not gonna know where I'm at. So how do you know where I'm coming from? Shout out to Cypress Hill.
mhm,
And that gave me that vibe when it comes to using the metaphor of a cassette tape.
mhm.
And then you used a pencil. I saw it.
Cause that's how we did it. It was like, oh snap. No, I gotta wait. I gotta write this to get you back right. Hold on, just hold on. Okay.
Right,
I'm gonna bring
right,
you back. But why am I what am I getting? What's the same message that I'm getting?
man.
But it's the replay value. Like relationships that last 50, 60 years have replay value.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Is no matter how you spin it, each and every one is a greatest hit. And that's it.
And the older the relationship, the time frame, the era, there were times that you would take a tape and it'll break, and somehow
Mm.
you magically taped the little the
Just that
thing, the
one.
film, the whatever you call that, and then magically you didn't recycle it, you didn't throw it in the garbage. If you
Mhm.
knew how that tape meant, like first of all, that was what we gave out to our significant others.
Now you see it. Now you see it.
That
That
was
that
what we gave to our significant. Like if you really want to get to a man or to a woman back in the day, you give them a cassette tape. That tape. And that was like love right there.
yeah.
So if you preserved that tape, you could easily just say, you know what, give me another one. But the older the generation, the more it was preserved. It wasn't easily just thrown out like that. So I get that. Kudos to you, man. Shout out to you for that. That was super super dope. I'm not kidding. That is
You know, I
amazing. Amazing.
this is the mind, man, just is it goes places, and I'm just like, all right, where you going? I know with you. Let's do it.
I have a few questions for you. So, when did you
Mm.
start writing? At what age? And I don't mean
Uh,
like school and, whatever. Like, I could always go back to the time where I remember when I was saying to myself, I'm really paying attention to life. When I was like, I'm not writing just to hear myself. Like, I really wanted to
yeah,
write about something. So
yeah.
I can always go back to the crack era. when I saw the blue tops, the red tops, the green tops all around the block. And
Yeah,
crack was whack, and coke and all that stuff was not a
yeah,
joke. And I would say little rhymey things like that at the beginning, but it wasn't because I wanted to rhyme. It was because
yeah,
I could have rhymed about anything. I could have rhymed about McDonald's. I could have rhymed about the playground. But
yeah,
I just remember keying in on, as a child, seeing certain things. It takes a certain amount type of child to pay attention to these things.
man.
So what were you thinking about? Younger chaotic, little chaotic. What was chaotic thinking about when he was writing, when he was a child, when he was like, I want to write about that? And you may have not said it like that, but
Yeah, no,
you know,
when I really when I discovered poetry, I of course, discovered it like first in a textbook. Like I literally remember, in first grade discovering one of the books we were reading. I was like, oh, that rhyme, that was kind of cool. And like how you made that word go with that word, and then that kind of. I was like, all right, okay.
and it made sense.
Um, yeah, and I wanted to do more of it, and then it fed my zest for expanding my vocabulary because it was like, okay, well, if I'm a rhyme stuff, I've got to have an expansive enough vocabulary to be able to rhyme stuff. So I got to learn new words, and
Hmm.
I'm hearing my mama say something, any family member or somebody saying something, I'm like, hey, what was that? And then boom, in my head. Or if I'm reading a dictionary, it's like, oh, that's interesting. That's what that means, or it's a synonym to that, and it's just going into all of that and
Right.
understanding that. So when I knew that I really wanted to like really write and like really start putting a voice to it was, I want to say, when I was about like 19.
Mm.
uh I was in the in between space with school, and going away to school, although it was cool, it was a lot, being in a marching band and not
Right.
being able to have, family come down, everybody else family coming down there and coming to the games. And my family was in Michigan at the time. So it was hard, for folks to commute. So,
Right.
although I had my own family within the band, it still, it just hit home over time. So not even after a while, not even music was cutting it in terms of making me feel good. Like when it out, I'm like, oh, I got band practice. When it out, bet I got sexual. I'm good.
What did you play? You were in the band. What
Uh,
did you play?
I played. I started off with the clarinet and played that majority
Okay.
of my music career. Then saxophone, alto and tenor. Then
You played the
uh,
saxophone.
then the bassoon. My shout out to my band director, Damien Crutcher. He was the main one that had like really identified that I had that ability to take on more than one thing. So he was just always doing stuff. So no, you're doing this, and then he just threw the bassoon opportunity at me, and that got me into college, got me a full ride off of that, and that's where me and music just really locked in because I was like, man, that was my way. That's
Right.
when even school wasn't going the greatest, it was like music got me there. So um when it got to a point to where it wasn't doing that anymore and it started to feel like it was getting empty, that's when I discovered my writing. That's when I dove deep into my poetry. um I
Hmm.
want to say even maybe a little bit earlier than that, but really when I was just going through some really difficult times and I just didn't necessarily feel like I could talk to people. I knew I could talk to the pen and to the paper. I knew I could talk to my
Hmm.
phone. I knew I could write it there, and I knew it wasn't going to be met with Lord knows whatever judgment or opinions
It
or
was a
whatever
safe
it is.
space, right? A safe
Exactly.
space.
So
Yeah.
At that point, I identified that poetry was my penultimate free space to just like fully express myself, like whatever I wanted to say, however I wanted to say it. It was kind of like how the movie Inception was. Like, even within my poetry, I'm putting a dream within that, and I'm putting more within that. So I'm
Mhm.
constantly, trying to take folks in different directions, but still keep you here. Like, oh, how did we get over here? And we came back. It was like, oh wow. So creating these moments of epiphany
Mhm.
when I'm writing is also just as key as still conveying the message that I'm trying to convey, which really I'm just trying to talk to you. Like, the way that I write is very conversational,
Mhm.
right? Although you have the tendency in poetry to want to write from the narrative view, write
Mhm.
in narrative
That's
form.
right.
I much prefer to write in conversational form so that when it's read or it's listened to, if you close your eyes, it feels like it's your conversation. It
Mhm.
resonates. It no longer becomes what I've done. It's now, okay, this is invoke whatever it has, and now you just got lost in that. And that's the key,
That's
is
beautiful.
getting lost in the piece. And then once it's done, you're like, oh wow, it's over. Oh no. Oh, it's like, so um
Man, well, shout out to you because that's again, that's amazing, and it's definitely you're able to go back to that 19-year-old and say, I remember that I chose poetry and poetry chose me because I truly believe these are sometimes remnants of our past lives. I
man,
really do. I really do.
I
Um,
the amount of times I've thought that in the back of my head is crazy. And
I'm gonna tell you something really quick about that. About even sometimes I would look at my poetry. I have books still. I have this one book over here. I always keep. I'm in my command center. I call it the command center. And I
mm,
have this book here. It's old. This is an old book. But all this is written with my poetry. All my poetry written in here. All of it. And this year in here, 1997.
mhm, mhm.
And a lot of
So
this stuff
uh,
is already on Apple.
yeah,
Um, and
yeah.
when I hear it, a lot of it was written almost as if I was writing like I was in a different era
Mm,
that I wasn't even born in.
yeah,
So I sometimes think of those things when I hear the words that we use. We choose these words to describe. We could say any other word. I mean, come on. Words are words. We could choose so many, especially in the American language. There's so many homonyms. There's so many
oh,
different things that sound the same. And yeah, I have something coming soon about word magic,
oh yeah,
right? Behind spelling.
yeah,
So I wrote something a while ago, maybe 2 years ago, or something like that, and it's called "Is That Message for Me?"
mm,
Right? And in that, it's because I had a dream, and I tend to have deja vus. We have deja vus when you feel like you've been somewhere, you've done that same situation,
yeah,
you've been
yeah,
there. It's like, wow, I've been there, I've seen that. Why am I hearing this? I know you. I've seen you before. Or it's like a lucid dream. And so I'm one of them people, chaotic, when I'm reading a lot, I love reading. Um, I tend to, as I'm processing what I'm reading, I write about it.
yeah.
And my poetry is born from some of that. It derives from what I'm learning. So it's like
Mhm.
I'm having always a conversation with everyone
Yeah.
about, is this what's happening? Is this for me? So we're going to go into this video while we come up with your next poem. It's called Is that message for me?
Lucidly dreaming. Warrior. Past lives showing up disruptively. Is that message for me? Is that message for me? The remnants of lives I've lived before. Though I'm unsure if I was more than a woman or a man, an empress, gladiator, warrior. Help me to understand I'm resisting my dreams are captivating a rebirth, a new earth. Is that the message for me? Is that conversing with trees filled with white cream? Reiterating, I am certainly having a sacred awakening. Now I'm understanding Dolores Cannon consciously and subconsciously. I'm asking, is that message? Is that for me? Reincarnation, embracing my resurrection where I was once a servant in the year 735. I'm not surprised, yet I thought I was supposed to remember. These are the remnants of my past lives, and now I'm an empress. It's the deja vu, hinting I was once loved by you centuries ago. What am I supposed to do with these ancient memories appearing vividly in my dreams lucidly? I'm wearing a crown with turquoise gems and an aquamarine gold glittery gown, commanding an empire. And who's gonna run this town tonight? Is that the message for me? I go from being a servant to an empress, a gladiator, warrior, male, female. It isn't so simple, yet I'm uncontrollably moving my hips, dancing in a royal temple. My sensuality is reigning supreme, but my subjects are calling me your majesty. Is that message for me? I wasn't supposed to remember, but I wore a crown and a turquoise gold glittery gown, radiating finesse. But I'm waking up a mess. Is that message for me? Dancing on a temple, swaying my hips with a voice of an angel, nothing less. I was a respected empress, commanding an empire, feeling masculine as a fierce gladiator, fighting to keep my legacy timeless. But is that message for me? I see the cemetery where dreams were faded and now their hopes are confiscated. Lucidly dreaming, understanding Dolores Cannon, visualizing my resurrection, because those messages appear to be for me. My sister's tree in her backyard is communicating to me that we're neglecting their needs. Sacred geometry, our love should be infectious. And that's the message for me. Words penetrating my mind, hitting me like ammunition. A reincarnated soul is the year 739, and my lives are many, beloved. I'm not surprised. My love for you was encapsulated as a gladiator, fighting warriors, writing poetry to my numerous lovers, and that's a message for me. While the trees speak to me, esoterically, I am resurrected. And who's gonna run this town tonight? And I am Dr. Poetry. It's that message for me.
Is that message for me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that came about of a dream. I had a dream. I was always wearing turquoise, like a gown, like I appeared to be some type of empress or something. But then I was like fighting in a war. You know, dreams are crazy. And it seemed so vivid, chaotic. The dream was so vivid. I was in New York actually when I had this dream. I was on vacation. I traveled from where I'm at now to New York back and forth. And I was in my sister's. I was actually outside because I like to ground wherever I see grass, and it helps the fibromyalgia, the nervous system. You hug a tree, it's real, y'all. Do it. Listeners, if you're suffering from fibromyalgia or any type of nervous system condition that I truly don't like to define it, but it's there. That's what they say. Da da da. And so I hug a tree, but then in my dream, I'm hugging the tree. I'm seeing white cream, and then when I look over there I'm in a battlefield, and then I'm in a different time zone. I'm at a time period. I'm just fighting, and I have these scars, and I'm just like with swords, and I'm pushing things away. And then you see me like standing in a royal temple, and then what do you call those belly dancing people? And I fell asleep that night reading and listening to Dolores Cannon, who actually dedicated her life with dealing with or writing about and actually living, working with past life regressions. And so she did all that. And so I was reading about all that. So when you're processing information and you're reading things over, you tend to have these dreams, these thoughts as you process information. I write my poetry as I'm processing information. So it seems a little pedantic. It seems a little too detailed sometimes, tedious, but I like it. I
Absolutely. Absolutely.
like it. And you understood it, right? You understood
Oh
word for
yeah.
word, right?
Yeah, I mean that right there just exactly what you just said is just like everything. It reminds me of the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, where she was going through these different modes of herself, where
What's the name of the
uh,
movie?
everything everywhere all at once.
I'm gonna check that movie out.
Yeah,
Everything,
everywhere
everywhere.
all at once.
And is that on Netflix? I'm not shouting out Netflix, y'all, but I'm just saying
Hold on, I need to
thing
know where it is.
all at once.
Yeah, yeah, I'll figure that out. Hold on. Mhm. Oh yeah, I was already looking it up. Where it is? It's on
That sounds like a good
Prime
movie.
Video. Yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing, Prime Video. But it is, yeah, really good. I actually no, it's on Netflix. I take that
It's on
back.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think it's on Netflix. It looks like it's on Apple TV too. Yeah, yeah, it's on a few of them. But it when you were describing that right then and there, that it instantly made me think about that scene how she was just getting knocked through these different realms where she was different points of herself, where she was emperor here, reigning over them, then she was like in a death race somewhere doing something else.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Well, it's so funny
Um,
you talk about a movie and I talk about books. If I'm reading books and it's coming to me vividly, because sometimes when you're even watching TV and you fall asleep watching whatever you're watching, you I don't know if like I tend
yeah,
to have dreams about things that, or even if I'm working in my line of work, if I see certain things that I see, I see some things that I see is a redundancy. But when you see things and you experience things, and you take a shower, you go home, you write poetry, you go to bed, you get like these downloads, and you want to write about them. And a lot of people just take those things for granted. I embrace them. I encourage everybody else to do so. You never know what message is for you. Pun intended. Is that message for me? All right.
100%, 100%.
I love that. All right, Def, you're muted. You muted? Is he there? Okay.
No,
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. I am going to leave you on the stage so you can give us your final poem for today.
all
All
right.
right. You let us know what the name of the poem. If it's untitled, that's okay. You
Hmm.
tell us, and then after that, we'll talk about it, and we'll go into our last video of the day, and we'll have closing remarks. Okay, closing statements. All right. So let us know what's the title, and we here. This is
So,
Chaotic Poet. Yeah, Chaotic the Poet.
this last piece that I'm gonna spit here is actually a very meaningful one. It highlighted the last moment that really me and my birth mom interacted, but I painted it in a different way of how I wanted to remember seeing her. So it's called Evergreen. The scenery laid before me could only be captured on a canvas so pristine, even the soul of Bob Ross would be inspired to pick up the brush and apply the strokes needed to accurately express the immaculate nature of this scene as the snow slightly dusts this beautiful evergreen. This trail provides such a somber soothing feel while the crunch of the fresh snow becomes the soundtrack of tranquility. Yet I find myself reflecting on the memories of those I lost both on this plane and the next in the great beyond as this tear glides gently down my cheek. Wishing those I cherish could be here bearing witness to the majestic nature of this awesome evergreen. Farther and farther I go, down this serene path, I can feel the warmth of the sun gently brushing my skin with its warm, healing rays, causing me to close my eyes in pure delight of the current moment. Just, just to bask once more in a loving embrace. Mm. Even now, I'm choked up knowing I'm arriving at the end, realizing I can no longer pretend that I don't miss taking this same walk together to this very evergreen. Now I'm here, tears flowing due to the thoughts of seeing you again, my dear. As I look up to the sky, I blow you kisses and an air hug too. As I sit under this mighty evergreen, cherishing the moments had when you were on this plane with me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't angry you left without the same love you gave me day in and day out, but that's selfish. So I need to let these emotions be and just remember you as the beautiful soul you were to me. But as I look at this bed and I hold your hand, I can feel those pieces of energies that flow between you and me that you gave me from the day of my inception when you gave me breath. And I could feel them enter me as you let this plane as a beautiful, mighty evergreen. Yeah, it was a deep one there.
You have me almost in tears. I'm trying to hold back because I get booed off the red-nosed reindeer real quick. But man, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Snaps out to you, and it's so beautiful. It man. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That one was
Mm-mm. That is beautiful. I can't wait for you to get this book because I could see already the dedication that's going to be put on that first page, right?
yeah.
Man, I'm in, I'm very difficult to cry, but I'm trying to not mess up my makeup right now because you have me there. Oh my God, Virgil, that's beautiful. That's oh man, Def, I listen. I know this poem, guys. When you make sure y'all follow Mr. Chaotic the Poet, Chaotic the Poet. Y'all heard that piece was beautiful. And I'm glad we ended with that piece with with that beautiful, beautiful expression. You have so much talent,
Thank
and I can't even begin to imagine what's coming in the next few days. Because if y'all don't know, and I know most of you guys know, chaotic. Let me see. Chaotic is constantly reciting on TikTok, and we came across chaotic because of Twixie Baby, and she said to me, "You got to check this out." So I went in there and I was blown away, and so was Def. Def is muted right now, and we can't hear you. But if you're saying
Yeah,
something,
big shout outs, and big snaps outs to you.
yes, he
You
is
know, yes.
amazing. Amazing. And we want to thank you for being on the show with us. Thank you for being so transparent, open with us. That was a deep one right there. All of them were. All of them were. And I know I'm gonna go over it again and again. The alphabet, okay, that right there was like woo. But this last one, man, that was beautiful. All right, we're gonna go into a video and then we're coming right back and wrap it up. Don't go nowhere. All right, this is a little, we're gonna leave. I like to leave this the air with a little bit of more fluffiness before we go. Let's go, y'all. This is while I brush my hair.
El momento en que despierto, antes de maquillarme, una oración te hago para ti, mi amor. Mientras peino mi largo cabello y pienso en qué vestido ponerme, te pido a Dios otra oración que te cuida y protege mi corazón. Tú estarás en mi corazón, te amaré por siempre y siempre. Nunca me separé de ti, mi amor, y como te amo yo, nadie te amará como yo, bebé. Juntos eternamente, no me sigas la corriente, pon el fin al dolor para ti y tu mente. Juntos eternamente, no me sigas la corriente, pon el fin al dolor para ti y tu mente. Ay, amor, qué difícil sería para mí, traería tristeza si te separas de mí. No te olvides del principio, ponerle el fin a lo que no sirve en tu mente. Eso sí que duele verte así. Es como vivir sin ti, así debe ser vivir sin ti. Traería dolor para mí. Juntos eternamente, no me sigas la corriente, pon el fin al dolor para ti y tu mente. Juntos eternamente, no me sigas la corriente, pon el fin al dolor para ti y tu mente. El momento en que despierto, antes de maquillarme, una oración te hago para ti, mi amor. Mientras peino mi largo cabello y pienso en qué vestido ponerme, le pido a Dios otra oración que te cuida y protege mi corazón. Mientras peino mi largo cabello y pienso en qué vestido ponerme, no me sigas la corriente, ponle fin al dolor para ti y tu mente. Ay, amor, ponle fin al dolor para ti y tu mente. Ay, amor, qué difícil sería para mí. Traería tristeza si te separas de mí. Juntos eternamente, no me sigas la corriente, ponle el fin al dolor para ti y tu mente. Ay, amor, qué difícil sería para mí.
Hey, shout out to that. I love that. I love it.
While I brush my hair, y'all, my Dr. Poet.
What I'm really saying there is that it's a big shout out to Aretha Franklin too, because I was inspired by her words when before I get up, before I put on my makeup, I say a prayer to you. And I'm basically saying similar things. I'm saying before I get up, before I take care of business and I do everything, I am going to say a prayer for you. And to remove all those things that you're thinking about that are negative, I say a prayer for you. I say a prayer for me to make sure that we both aligned and we're going to have eternal love. So cut it out. It's going to be okay. I'm here. So That's a big shout out to all of you guys out there. Make sure y'all follow Mr. Chaotic the Poet.
Please,
Chaotic the Poet. I don't
please.
want to change your name, Chaotic, because I keep
I
saying Mr. Chaotic. Um,
look.
and that don't
It,
sound right.
it,
Chaotic the Poet. Make sure that we are listening to Chaotic the Poet and
please,
all of his poetry, all the poetry out there. Make sure that we pay attention and that we are supporting each other because as poets, as everyone's in the hip hop world and that's okay. I keep saying this. I can't stress this enough. You know, poetry is a prerequisite. It's the core of hip hop. Don't play with me. I'm from the Boogie Down Bronx. That's the home of the hip hop nation. So don't even start with me. And I was there. I didn't Google it. I was actually there when it happened.
listen,
So
people. Better listen, people. Is I post every day. Um, if you're just looking at my page, you go look at my page right now. There's a ton of work up there. Please do
yeah,
the work and scroll. I although I am re-upping old ones, I don't want to have to keep re-upping old ones. I need y'all to go blow these other ones up so we can blow the algorithm up so we can get everything going in the right direction. Book coming soon. I'll be pushing that real shortly. YouTube might be down the road here since I've got the stuff to get there, so that could be another avenue. So everybody just, stay tuned to the movement. Um, we will achieve greatness, so it's only one step at a time.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Chaotic. Thank you for being on the very first episode of Open Mic Live. Hear Me Out Poetry presents Open Mic Live. It's we couldn't have had it any other way, and we wouldn't have had it any other way, but to have you on here to, host with us and showcase your artistry, and
Absolutely.
Nah, really,
everything you shared today was powerful.
Very
I
powerful.
can't even going through it and listening and breaking it down as much as I can, because I it's something worth going back every time, just like you told the viewers, everybody that can look you up. It's so much that you're saying in all of your art and all of your poetry, and
that's
for
it.
that I admire
And you
that.
only heard four.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
stay tuned, y'all.
if
Stay
y'all want to know the number, where I'm at currently, 289.
Wow.
Wow,
That
wow.
that's where I'm at right now. Matter of fact, the last one I'm about to finish will be 290. So we're close to 300 just in one spot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, they had me look, we could have went for the whole thing. I had like a whole thing. But yeah, we got it. I got what you need.
Listen, y'all heard him. So that means he's coming back because
Right.
he got 200 and almost 290 poems. We only allow 2 hours on this, but yeah, then we got to
Speed
pay the
round,
bills.
get them all of this.
But we definitely make sure y'all follow Mr. Chaotic the Poet. And Jeff, thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you. Make sure y'all reach out. Like I said, this is Hear Me Out Poetry, Open Mic Live. Enjoy your summer. Have fun. Write something. Let us know what you think.
Please.
We love
Right.
feedback.
Hit us up. Hit
Right
us up.
is the best way to free the soul.
That's right. Make sure y'all contact us if you guys are ever interested in submitting any poetry, submitting any art. If you guys are interested, anyone interested in possibly being up here on the show, anybody interested in, uh, you know, being a part of any of our shows, contact us at www at hearmeoutpoetry7@gmail.com. All right, and make sure you give a detailed description, and you know uh, we value everybody watching, and we appreciate everybody here. Appreciate you, Chaotic. Appreciate you as well, Dr. Poetry. It's always a pleasure. I love being up here in this platform, and sharing and just coming together with beautiful minds, right? And
Absolutely.
this makes my day every day. That's what we do every day, y'all.
This is what we do. This is what we love doing.
I
I
love
call
it.
myself Dr. Poetry because poetry heals me and I heal myself. I speak to myself. I try to heal myself. Big shout out to Chaotic the Poet, y'all. Y'all gonna hear a lot from him. Don't forget, we're here and y'all be finding, oh my goodness. You guys will find him on TikTok and all the other social media platforms. And very soon, that book that we're gonna read. All right.
Yeah, it's coming. This is
Peace, y'all. This is
right
Have
there.
a great
beautiful.
night.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Magic Pearls was created with the wisdom from time and experience. Like a pearl, takes years to form. It comes from the constant effort and time an oyster puts into changing something painful into a beautiful and bearable outcome. My wisdom comes from time and effort, invested in learning from mistakes and turning them into something positive. Pearls teach us to use unavoidable pain to gain insight and create beauty. I'm Dr. Poetry.
When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods and divisions. Golden living dreams of visions. Mystic crystal revelation in the mind's true liberation. That is the age of Aquarius.
Agua fluye, amor nos une, amor nos une.
I'm Dr. Poetry.
Luz intensa, esperanza, esperanza.
Welcome to the age of Aquarius, where not only water flows, but most of all knowledge flows. We have no other option but to grow. The mind expands, love unites us, and our desires to challenge those ancient lies willingly grows. New ideas shine brightly, and it doesn't always look pretty. But hope is reborn, firm and extensive. All social constructs and false narratives are elegantly torn diligently in this era of change and freedom. Change and freedom.
The age of Aquarius
I'm Dr. Poetry.
feels like my conscience is free. Like knowledge just flows in the current.
Poesia. Poetry. Greek meaning poesia. I create, yo creo, conveying love, at times some anger, lyrical yet magical methods of manifestations. I love it. A way of remembering, holding on to memory, preservation is called poetry. Predating literacy in many languages, 9 elements of poetry, alliteration, assonance, consonance, figurative language, poetry. I love the imagery. Rhyme with me, feeling the rhythm, sometimes bongos, but today cover me. I'm going in with drums and violins. I'm Dr. Poetry. I dance while I write a stanza, choosing wisely my tone, bailando el son, escuchando la clave. Poetry, feeling the recentering rapidly to the movement of my pen as I express my thoughts through poem. What many refer to poetry, but was Latin really derived from the Romans? Negative, it's from the Phoenicians. Latin realmente no derivó de los romanos. After all, aren't we all hermanas y hermanos? Honors to all languages as we keep creating. We may all be speaking, but are we really communicating? I see you over there playing investigator all in my hair. Pero yo no me ha muerto para que me estén velando. Entiendo lo que estoy falando, mi filia. Fica con calma, nene. No fica así, no. No fica con rabia, no. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages that connect us all. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. But for me, it's the ability to express my thoughts in several languages. After all, the point of it all is to connect and not disconnect. Protection for the connection. Embrace my affection. In poética dieri, soy doctora poesía. Soy la doctora poesial. Oh, a que aconteció como lengua latina. Ella es extinta. What happened to the Latin language? Is it extinct? Is it dead? Está muerto. Que un herculano inició de latín. ¿El donde veo? ¿De donde vino? Phoenician derived. Said the Romanos. So they added CIC to create a romantic language of French, Romanian, Spanish, and Portuguese. Poesía. There's always truth in a lie, and I choose to rely on my frequencies to embrace all dialects, accents that beautifully remind us of our diversified ancestry. Poesía sounds like a lot, right? I love it. Speaking Latin, Portuguese, and Spanish, but where did it come from? Phoenician. No one is shaming you for speaking different languages. Ninguém tá falando mentira, meu filho. Fica com calma, neném. Não fica assim, não. There's always truth in the lie, and I choose to rely on my frequency. Frequency. Ninguém me está abordando você por falar diferente. A linguagem que nos conecta a todos. Yo amo poesía con toda mi alma. Poesía. Feel free to hate on me. I'm Dr. Poetry. And I love poetry.